It's the 23rd of June 2016, and I'm both happy and annoyed about something. Let me explain. So you guys know I've been playing Avengers Academy. In fact, yesterday I showed you guys where I got Black Knight. That was the end of that event, and now they're getting ready to start a Spider-Man event. Now, I'm happy because I'm finally getting Spider-Man in Avengers Academy. Don't get me wrong, but this is like the third event in a row. I need time. Me having a life and everything does not compute with all of these special events where I have to keep special attention to this. It's just one of those situations where I sit back and go, oh, good lord. You know, just roll my eyes and go, another one. Okay, here we go. Although, to be fair, that last event was a small one that just lasted a week, and it was integrated with what we would have been doing in the game anyway, so, yeah. It just seems like they're doing too much. I would like a stretch where there wasn't an event going on so I could deal with the main storyline of the game instead of special stuff. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, but also the other part is I'm losing space on my campus. Because all these buildings I'm having to build as part of the events, if I cannot get farther in the storyline to where it unlocks more spaces, then I'm going to run out of room. And when I run out of room, these events aren't going to be fun because I can't put anything down and carry on in them. It's ridiculous. So yeah, that's my only minor annoyance. Like I said, first world problem and everything, right? But still. Also, every single pair of my socks that I've been looking at this week, I need to get some new socks. It's time. You know when all of your pairs of socks start to unravel because they all pretty much last the same amount of time? Yeah. That would be where mine are right now. So, put that on the list this weekend. That meal was fantastic. We kind of had 4th of July a little bit early. So, yeah, that's what was going on. So guys, the Avengers Academy event with Spider-Man that I was telling you about did indeed begin this morning, and I just got deep into it. It's going to look interesting, but I don't know if I've ever revealed this in public. I think I have, but Spider-Man's always been my Marvel character of choice. So when I see in Avengers Academy a young Doc Ock and a young Green Goblin, oh yes, I'm loving it. Apparently the way it's working out is they figured out a way to replicate the web fluid, and are currently framing Spider-Man by making it seem like he's screwing stuff up. And they apparently got a bit of a grudge against Tony Stark too, so this ought to be fascinating. But some of the interesting ones that are in there, because they list some of the heroes you can unlock, you know, just to show you what you're going after. Design of Black Cat, oh, I am loving that design. It is perfect. That was an unintentional pun. But yeah, this event is apparently lasting the entire month coming up, so pretty sweet. 28 days at least. I'm hoping that length means that I'll be able to do it properly and still have a life, you know, like I was talking about. But there are clearly going to be some moments where I'm going to just take it and set stuff up and have to leave it. So, there's that. But this one should be fun for me, because like I said, Spider-Man is sort of my universe in Marvel that I love to play in, so yes. Because honestly, I've said this before back in the Samcast days, but when it comes to knowing about comics, that's more Jacob's domain than mine. I'm your casual comics guy that deals in the big boys and really didn't dig too deep further into the mythos. So the really obscure characters that I do know about and stuff I've learned through other media besides the comic books. Like I said, there's more Jacob's department. So when certain ones have shown up in Avengers Academy and I've been like, Jacob, who the heck are these people? He'll go, oh, that's this, and this. I'm like, oh, sweet, okay. Everyone has their expertise, and Jacob, one of his, is all of this lore that just, it comes in handy when I need to know stuff. So yeah, onwards to the Spider-Mans, as it were, and hopefully I can unlock all of this stuff, including him, of course. Random thought, totally not based on anything that just happened. Why whenever you go summon a friendly smile do some people look at you weird? I would hope it hasn't become that rare nowadays. Nowadays, listen to me, I sound like an old man. So tonight we played Betrayal at House on the Hill. I don't think I've ever explained this game to you guys. Ignore the answering machine in the background. But the way it works is you're a group of people walking through a haunted house. A house that you actually reveal using tiles as you go through it. So the house is essentially a deck of cards, if you want to think it that way, and as you go through doors, you pull one off and put it down, and that room's there now. As you go through, there are events, triggers, things like that happens, until finally a betrayal occurs. Whenever the betrayal occurs, usually you're not choosing it. There is a scenario book that goes with the game. So tonight, for instance, I got the holy symbol inside of the pentagram room. So here's what triggered. I was actually excited because I thought I was going to get to be the betrayer, because I've never done that before. I'd like to do it at least once, right? But as it stands, I ended up not being the one. It ended up, the scenario being the person to the left of the person that did it. So the person to my left suddenly got a crazed look in their eyes. You know, I'm telling you the scenario the book gave, of course, not the actual person. And all of us started to hear a skitter in the walls. It's an old house. Of course there's rats. Then the one of us gets the crazy look in her eyes and yells in a very high pitch, "Feed!" And so it began. The way this works is that there are two books. One, the betrayer gets to read and get their parameters from that we don't get to know about as the survivors. It tells the betrayer how to set it up, how they control the scenario, stuff like that. All of the stuff that they use against the rest of us. Meanwhile, us other people that didn't betray and are still part of the party also get our own book, which sometimes gives us some advantages too. So in this case, she got to spread rats around and was trying to get to the pentagram room. Once she got to the pentagram room, she'd have to do some rituals. Rituals being making a sanity roll and making a high enough roll. That's what it was going to be counted as. So in that setup, it means that she had to get to the room and do those to win. Well, for us to win, we had to either kill all of her rats or kill her before she got to the pentagram room. So we had 2 rats left, she had already gotten in the pentagram room, and she won. We just couldn't get to them in time the way the house was laid out. So the scenario ended with her children being so messy, because they are children after all, feeding on our corpses. So yeah, although the great thing about that game is even if you lose, it's still a pretty dang fun game. I'm thinking about getting it myself.
23.
Nice.
Is initiative an ability check?
Holy freaking crap, that was awesome. It was an awesome night tonight on Crit Roll. Now, I'm off to bed. Until tomorrow. And I got something planned for tomorrow, but I'll tell you about that in the morning. But until then, with that teaser, good night, everybody.